Hi guys, and welcome back to my video. My name is Beth. I go by the username Be More Creative both here on Flosstube and on Instagram. Today I'm here with my little friend Bubba. This is one of the two German Shepherds that my parents have. Her name is Sheba. You would have seen her last year. She was barking the whole way through Flosstube. Last time I put out a Flosstube, I had a few people send me messages on Instagram saying your co-host never made an appearance. She is here today in all her mischief. She's already been trying to eat the cross stitch. I don't know what happened to one of the threads. She was playing with it and I think it's under the bed somewhere. I cannot find it, so I will have to look for that. But yeah, she is back being a lovely co-host. She's now chewing on something she probably shouldn't have. What are you doing? What you doing? You're meant to be co-hosting. You're meant to be co-hosting, Bubba. So she is going to be doing whatever she's doing in the background. I tried to film without her, but she kept breaking back into the room. So we are just going to carry on and hope that she doesn't chew all of my whips that I have next to me while my attention is not there. So, firstly, I do apologise for last week. This video was actually meant to be up last week, but I was just having too much fun with the family. I was spending time with everyone and I just didn't film. I didn't take the time out to film, so I do apologise for that, but I am making the most of the time that I have with my family, because by the time that you watch this video, I will be travelling. What time does this go up? 6. I should be back in the UK. I should have literally just landed in Stansted. As long as the flights aren't too delayed, I should have landed and should be back in the UK. So trying to make the most of it. It's currently Friday the 30th at 4:05. My dad's working, my mum's working. We're hoping to have a barbecue tonight. It is absolutely gorgeous weather. So we are just going to try and get this done. Try and hope that my co-host, who's currently cleaning her paw, is going to be a very good little co-host. So it's been 3 weeks since I last filmed, but I had pretty much a week where I didn't stitch at all. We went back to the UK for my cousin's wedding. It was an absolutely beautiful wedding. It was a really, really nice time. Really enjoyed spending some time with my dad and my sisters. And then afterwards we came back to France and I didn't stitch for a couple of days, and then I picked up stitching again. So I have 3 new, since I've seen you, they are new starts and finishes. The first one, and I'm hoping the light's going to be okay because it is so bright outside. I've had to hide around the corner a little bit. This is a freebie from Romy's Creations Facebook group. Cross stitching every day keeps the doctor away. Stop trying to... Yo, you're trying to chew my hoop. That's not a good co-host. And this is stitched, and I cannot remember what threads I used. I know that the pink is the Sweetheart thread from Roxy Floss Co. that I was gifted. I'm just using that on multiple projects at the moment, so I've got a few with this colour. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this is a Romy's creation. It is the light blue that I used before. And if you can hear the chewing sound, she has now got her toy and she's currently destroying it next to me. So we're just going to leave her to that, because at least now she is not chewing the hoop. So yeah, so it is the light blue. I cannot remember the name of it. And it's already packed in my suitcase, so, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This is stitched on an 18 count Coffee Crafts fabric in the pale greyish blue. So that is the first one. The second one that I started and finished, and this one I was playing, I don't know what I did with the fabric placement. I actually stitched this on a bigger piece of fabric and then cut it out, and somehow cut it out really, really close. This is the Patreon exclusive. I believe it was the July one from Love Poppets Beach. I absolutely love it. I stitched this on an 18 count avocado, I think that's how it's called. by Fibre on a Whim, and I've used all of the called for DMCs, but what I have done is I have changed the DMC colour that's meant to be in the middle of the flowers was a green. I'd already put the green back in my thread collection, so I just picked a different thread that was called for in the charm. So a little bit of a closer look, and this one will be turned into a pillow because you can see how close I am to the edge of that fabric. So I have a huge part at the bottom, but as I said, I stitched it and then cut it out, but I really don't know what I've done to that. So that is the second one that I finished. It's absolutely gorgeous. I did end up, the sun is meant to have like this gorgeous pattern in it, but I was stitching it with the pattern on my tablet. My tablet died and all I had left was the sun, and I really didn't want to wait for it to charge, because when my tablet dies, like completely dies, I need to leave it to charge for half an hour before it will turn back on, and I was literally just with the sun. So I've just done like filled it in with the lighter colour, but normally it does have a gorgeous pattern on there. But that is the Love Poppets exclusive Patreon. The next one I have, this is a Saf that I did, and this one is, I think it's called Illuminated Goals. I'm not really sure, but it is in her Creepy Halloween book, the first edition. I've actually ordered that off Amazon because I found this on the Readly app, and it was in a really weird place. It was in like a Norwegian weekly gossip magazine, and they had a part on cross stitch. So I actually found it in there, but it is available in the book, and I have ordered the book because this was so much fun, and I have ordered her second one. So this is by Lindsay Swearingen, and she is Tuscan and Cardinal here on Instagram. So that is that one. I've stitched this on 16 count chalkboard black Ada with all of the called for DMCs. So that is the 3 finishes I have. They are all smalls, but I am quite glad to get another 3 things finished. And I have 2 whips. So one I've recently just picked up, which is called Harvested. And I'm sorry, I still even have the thread hanging from this because this is the one that I have been stitching recently. This is a Teresa Koga, and it is one that is in, you can now get it in one of her books, but it was on Patreon, and that's where I got it from when I was signed up for Patreon. And basically it's a pumpkin figure with plaid trousers, and there's a male and female one. Harvested is this one, and Harvestina. I'm using all of the called for DMCs, and I'm stitching this on 18 count avocado. So I am stitching this on the same fabric as the beach. It will do me for the other piece as well. So that is a very small start that I've had, but I had to put this one down because I really needed to work on my freebies for the month of September. My freebies on the 17th. And normally I don't show you the freebies until they're actually released. But because this is a sampler and I've shown you the sampler, I think I can show it to you. And also because I am in love with this. So this is how my sampler is working out. I'm stitching this on an 18 count Fibre on a Whim. The colour's gone right out of my head. What is this stitched on? Fibre on a Whim Latte. And I am using the DMC Eco Vita line, so the wool line, and you can see the coverage, it is very thick on this. I think on a 16 count it would be perfect, but I'm loving how it is looking on the 18 count. So I still have a lot of the sampler left to finish, but what I will do for this video is I am going to actually list the DMC Eco Vita range, the colours that I'm using. So these are the Eco Vita skeins, and these are skeins of DMC natural dyed wools. So this is dyed with completely natural ingredients. There is now 60 shades in the collection, and I originally had the first 30 that came out in the box set that they did. I'm using 10 colours for this, but there is one pink which is literally, the pink is just in this line here, so you could switch it out and do it for the red if you wanted to. But these are pretty similar to, I would say, 2.5 strands to 3 strands of DMC, the normal threads. So working on the 18 count works. I wouldn't go any higher, so I wouldn't do this on the 20 count, but on the 18 count it does work. It sometimes is a little bit of an effort to pull it through, but it's not distorting the piece at all. And I have to say, I started it, I got the border in, and then I went on to Lakeside Needlecrafts and I've ordered the other 30 colours that they've just released in this range, because I think they are absolutely stunning. And for all of these you are only going to need one skein, because there is I think there's 16 meters. Does it say somewhere? It's made in Italy. I can't see where it says how many meters, but I think it's something like 16 meters, and you just use one strand of it. But I'm absolutely loving that. So that is my current whip. That's why I've put down my other pieces, because I need to obviously get this ready before the 17th of September. So yes, that is what I've got to show you guys. So I have, as I said, I will be traveling back to the UK, and one of the things that I cannot wait for is I have waiting for me the Knight Rider, I think it's called the Knight Rider Sale by Love Poppets. Now the first piece came out on Thursday. Come back up here, come on, Shooby, come on, come on. Right, the dog is walking around amongst everything I have because she doesn't know whether she wants to be in or out of the room. Don't start going through my stuff. So the Love Poppet sale that came out on the 29th, and I have the PDF version. I've seen it. It is looking absolutely stunning. I've seen a few people start stitching it. I will be starting to stitch it next week. I cannot wait. I have my fabric ready, I have my threads ready, all of that is ready, but it's back at the school, and I will be getting that on Monday. So I'll be picking that up on Monday, hopefully making a start on that next week. So if you are doing the Love Poppet sale, please let me know in the description box below. Sorry, just going to shake the phone. Sorry, the dog decided to push through and you are balanced on so many things. It's quite funny. But yeah, so I will be doing the Knight Rider sale with Love Poppets. I absolutely loved the Dreaming of Summer sale, and I can tell you from part 1 that I've seen of the Halloween sale, it is going to be absolutely stunning. So I am going to be stitching that, and that is going to be my next project. So I really need to get a move on my Charlotte. Sheba, come up here, come up here, stop being a naughty co-host. Not my stitching. She's now finding bags to put her head in and see what she can find. So no, don't do that on camera. Be good. Are you trying to eat my sock? So I need to get finishing my freebies on the 17th, because 1, that needs to be finished before the 17th of September. 2, that way all of my focus can go on to getting part 1 of the Halloween sale down. The other thing that I have started that I don't have with me to show you is I did make a start on Witchy Way, which is the caterpillar cross stitch piece that came out, but I put it down because I'm really not sure, because I picked a 20 count fabric and I think it's absolutely gorgeous, but the problem is I'm using sulky threads and DMC, and when I used one strand of DMC it looked really weird against the sulky, so I used 2 strands of DMC, but on the 20 count it's really difficult to stitch. So I've put that down for now. I was most of the way through the first house and the second house has come out, but I have forgotten to get that out and I've packed that in my suitcase already. So I will show you that when I decide what I'm doing, whether I'm going to just push through with what I have and just get it stitched, or whether I decide to re-stitch that one. So we will find that one out together next time. So I am going to head off before this dog eats all of my cross stitch stuff. There is going to be no editing in this video because, as I said, I've got a barbecue with my family that starts in about half an hour's time. So, or half an hour, maybe an hour. So I really need to get moving and get deciding on what I'm going to be doing. I have to now go and rescue a sock off of this dog because she's not being a very good co-host. What have you found to eat now? Oh shit, you know, got a needle. This dog is really testing my patience at this moment in time. So come say goodbye. Come say goodbye. So say goodbye, Flosstube. So we are going to wish you happy stitching from myself and from Sheba here. And I will see you in the next Flosstube, which will hopefully be a lot calmer than this one. Happy stitching, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, guys.